Hi, so in this video I'm going to be talking through the different types of embroidery hoops that you can use, and I'm going to give you my opinion on which ones are better than others, and the ones I like to use the most. So I'm going to start with the ones I like the most first, and I prefer wooden embroidery hoops over plastic ones. So this is my favourite brand of embroidery hoop. It's Nudge. And number 3 is just the size of the hoop. So the reason that I love these, they keep the fabric in. I feel like some of the plastic embroidery hoops you keep having to pull your fabric taut more than you should, whereas wooden kind of keeps it in place a bit more. And the Nudge ones, they are just really good quality. There's no gaps around the two hoops, which sometimes with cheaper wooden embroidery hoops you can get. And the fasten at the top is really good quality as well, and it looks nice. I feel like they're just really good quality. Yes, they're a little bit more expensive, of course they are, they're better quality, but I feel like this will last longer. And if you're making a project for someone in an embroidery hoop and it's a gift and you want them to keep it forever, I think it's important that you put it in a hoop that's going to last too. And I think these definitely will. So that's my favourite embroidery hoop I would suggest using. So my second favourite embroidery hoop to use would be one like this. So it's slightly different to the Nudge. You can tell by the top. So you can see they're slightly different, and it does have sort of a silver bracket on it. But again, you can tell this is good quality. There's no gaps around the two hoops. And it tends to be, if you're trying to find some good quality hoops that aren't cheaply made, if you like, they tend to have these gold screws on them, and you can just tell here this is good quality. So if I unscrew it and put it back together, there's no gaps or anything like that. And so that's my second favourite. It's also wooden. Again, this is probably slightly cheaper than the Nudge ones. I'll obviously link and put some links in the description for you so you can find them online. And but you can actually get these in different brands, so that's why I'm not sort of saying which one they are. My third favourite is actually plastic. So I don't mind these. I actually don't think they're too bad. So these ones are quite different. So there is no fasten at the top. You have to physically pull them apart. And then this plastic part in the middle, that's where your fabric goes. So you take it apart and put your fabric in the middle. The only thing with these is that they can be quite tricky to get the fabric in, especially getting the fabric in so that your pattern's right in the middle exactly how you want it. That can be quite difficult with these, I find, because you don't have any wiggle room to move them around, whereas with these you can actually unscrew the top and you could just shift the fabric around a bit more. So these are a little bit more tricky to use. However, I would say with these hoops you rarely have to sort of keep pulling your fabric taut whilst you're doing your project. So that's quite good. These definitely keep your project and your fabric in place and the fabric taut, so it's not ruining your work. So they're pretty good. And it's worth bearing in mind, you can definitely get these two from somewhere like Hobbycraft. The Nudge one, I haven't seen them in Hobbycraft or any craft store really, but you can get them online. Okay, so the fourth hoop I want to show you is this one. Now, I'm not going to say it's my fourth favourite because I really don't think they're that great. I do use them though, to be honest. I think it's a bit of luck if you get one that's okay or not, right? You can see this one here. You can see the difference. There are gaps. You know, the wood is not meeting quite like the others. And like I said about the top, these ones tend to just be a silver top. So there's actually nothing wrong with the screw that secures it at all. I'm not bothered about that. It's more about the hoop and how it's not quite a fully round circle. It's not a perfect circle and it's not completely symmetrical. And sometimes when you get, and also if you can see there a little bit, the wood's a little bit snagged there, which that could snag your fabric, so it's not great. But these are probably the cheapest that you can get, so it's not a problem using them. I have used them. I have projects up on the wall in these, but I tend to buy a pack of them, and then sometimes I have to chuck a couple of them out because I don't think they're quite right. And these are the ones that you're gonna find like on Amazon in a bulk pack, and you're just going to say, oh, they're cheap, I'll get them. And sometimes the actual wood will split as well where they've been put together. Let's see if we can find it in the middle there. So you can see there where the wood has been like glued together to make the circle. Sometimes that snaps, so that's why I would not recommend using these. If you've got a little bit extra cash, go for the better quality ones, I would say. And then the last one, again, it's not bad, it's just that it's plastic, so your fabric doesn't quite stay in the hoop as well as you'd want it to. You keep having to pull it taut and keep having to tighten this, so that's why. Because it's plastic, it slips out. Is it like, even now, this is actually quite tightly screwed together, and I could just pop it out. So imagine that your fabric's in there and you're trying to sew and you're pulling the fabric and things like that. So, but they are cute because they're different. You can get them in different colours. Obviously you could paint wooden hoops and have them in different colours. But I guess this is also going to be better if, in terms of longevity, I guess, because if you spilt something on it, although you want to avoid spilling stuff on your embroidery projects and your fabric. However, this is, because it is plastic, it is going to last longer, but let's think about the planet. So yeah, I would definitely say the wooden ones are better, and just spend a little more money getting the better quality ones. I will also list in the description the brands that I've shown you here, so that if you wanted to pick any of them up, you could. And if you have a different opinion, please let me know. If you think, actually, no, there's another embroidery hoop and I think that's the best, please tell me, because I might start using it. But yeah, that's obviously my personal opinion. Thank you for watching.